decisions that we make, even how we were feeling some days, and not to say someone needs to be like, oh, I'm feeling terrible, but let me go in here and be happy. But sometimes it's just being honest, like, hey guys, today is not the day for me, right? But we're gonna push through this and go for that. Okay. So what I want to touch on next is emotional intelligence, and we'll do this together. I'm gonna give you an example, a scenario. Anybody in here NBA fans, National Basketball Association fans? Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I'm a huge NBA fan. And so for those who don't know, last month, the NBA Finals champion for the tournament. We had the San Antonio Spurs. Oh, no. Sorry. It's family. We had the San Antonio Spurs versus the New York Knicks. The Spurs fell to the Knicks. The leader of the Spurs is Victor Wembie. They call him Wembie. So just to
long. He's long.
Oh, yeah.
He's very long.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. To give you some context, Wembie is about like 23, 24, right? Very young. That whole San Antonio Spurs team was very young. They were really their first time kind of working together. Their coach was a very young coach. And for them to make it out of Western Conference, because you go Western versus Eastern, is a huge feat. To beat experienced teams, to beat the team that was the champion before with the MVP of the league. And the Western Conference is a little bit heavier to get out of than the Eastern Conference. So, Spurs versus Knicks. Spurs did not pull it off. When the game ends, you know, after each game, everybody has to, good game, all that. What did Wembie do? He walked off without saying good game, congratulating the other team. What overshadowed him, his legacy, if you think about it, just starting off as a leader. He brought and led his team, because they could not have gotten it without him. He led his team to the finals, first time together as a young team, and it was overshadowed. Everybody was talking about how, oh, he's such a terrible person. Somebody even said that was disgusting, or what he did, all because he didn't shake somebody's hand. So instead of them talking about him being such a great leader, it was tarnished because of his decision to walk off and not shake the other team's hand. So when we talk about emotional intelligence and how people are looking at us and how we're being perceived as a leader, one thing we want to do is pause before responding. Why are we pausing? Kind of gathering our thoughts together before we make a decision. And then we want to name the emotion. So if we're putting ourselves in Wembie's shoes, what emotions do you think he felt after losing? Embarrassed?
Disappointed.
He's 23. I mean, all the emotions are going. He's just so upset.
Mm-hmm.
Exhaustion.
Yeah. What else?
Disappointment. His teammates.
Shame. Mm-hmm. And then when we look at the third one, consider alternative perspectives. So he probably in that moment, like you all said, he was experiencing all different types of emotions: shame, disappointment, embarrassment. He could have been ready to break down and cry. I know men, you guys only cry when you lose a game or something, so you're trying to get off the court before it's publicly seen that you are crying. But in that moment, we know what he was feeling, we named what he was feeling. But what were other people thinking?
About him or
about him walking off?
That he's like maybe self-involved or, you know, not a team leader.
Sure.
That he was a jerk?
Sure.
Immature, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so what I want you to realize is, as a leader, emotional intelligence comes into action with how we may feel, right? So one thing to do when something is not going great, we want to pause before responding. Because as we saw, maybe if Wembie would have paused before making that action, he would have thought about this one right here. What could other people think? He was in his emotions. He just felt what he felt and he left. But he could have thought about what were the alternative perspectives of his action to just walk off the court. So for my NBA fans, if you know, this was a repeat of 1991. You know what I'm talking about? When the Detroit Pistons played the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
And Isaiah Thomas, which is one of my favorite NBA players, one of the top 50 NBA players, he made the decision to walk off the court. His whole team followed him, and they didn't go and congratulate the Bulls on beating him. That decision has tarnished Isaiah Thomas's leadership legacy to this day.
My husband wears a T-shirt about that moment.
Yeah.
Like a screenshot of it.
Mm-hmm. It even led to why he was not picked to be on the dream team because of that. So it's very important that as leaders, we are emotionally aware, we are self-aware that our actions are not just how we feel, but how others can take it. Because reality is reality. But what holds true over reality is perception of what people perceive. And so you don't want your decision, even though it may be what you're feeling, to ruin your legacy, to ruin what you built as a leader. So you want to pause before responding, name that emotion that you're feeling, think about the alternate perspectives that other people can think about when you make that decision, and then choose the intentional action that you want. So Wembie, in that moment, what could he have done? If he would have paused and said, you know what, this could go the wrong way, what could he have done?
Gone to his team, because they're probably feeling very similar feelings too.
Mhm.
You know, just take a moment to be with them.
Yeah,
And then they could have done, I don't watch sports, the shaking
Yeah.
of hands.
right. USA lost and they prayed as a team. For a while, yeah. What
I'm
else?
just thinking he was
Mm-hmm.
You could have just come back out.
Yeah, sure. He could have come back out. He could have went, shook one person's hand, all right, and walked off, right?
Yeah.
He could have just showed that. Because is it really worth, we do have our emotions, we have every right to feel what we feel. But we have to think as leaders, is it worth what we've accomplished being tarnished because of one decision making?